So it's December 9th, and I have a new real estate market update for you for November, the month of November 2022. How's the market trending? Are we continuing to trend towards a buyer's market like we have been for the past, several months? Today, where we sit, we're at 4 months inventory. Definitely the highest level we've had since pre-2020, 18, 19. The stats I look at here over the past couple years, from 2020, January 2020, all the way through today, the highest inventory level we've seen during that time was 3.6 months, and that was January 2020. It's been on the decline ever since, and then over the past, since about June or so, we've started seeing the inventory levels build back up a little bit. Still technically in a seller's market, but it is absolutely trending towards a buyer's market. Being more buyer friendly. Buyers are definitely in the driver's seat when it comes to that. We're seeing sellers be a little bit more motivated, a little more apt to reduce the price of their home, negotiate the price, give some credits, and do a few things that they didn't have to do over the past couple years. So the way the market looked in November, and we're continuing to see that trend, the new listings we had hit the market were it was down about 26, almost 27%. 112 listings hit the market. Pendings, we had 93. That's down actually from last year too, and I'll get to that in just a second here. Closed 92, also down from the year previous. The reason I say I'll get to that in a minute is because I want you to understand why we have a higher inventory level if we have fewer listings that are coming on the market. And I'll explain that in just a second. Time on the market, we're at about 43 days list to sale, and so that's stretched out just a little bit too. So the days of going pending with multiple offers in a week or two, probably not likely. The average time, that's on all price ranges in the county, 43 days start to finish. So if you see a house that hits the market and it's been on the market for 30 days, it doesn't automatically mean there's something wrong with the house. It doesn't mean that it failed an inspection or it's just overpriced or this or that. 43 days is the average, so they're still under the average. It just could mean that they're trending with the average there, and it may be that there's nothing wrong with the house. Maybe there is, but you won't know until you go ask the agent or go see the house. So year-to-date summary, comparing the first 11 months of 2022 with the same period of time in 2021. New listings, we had 1,946 listings. That's almost a 9% decrease. Pending sales also down about 18% year over year at this time, at about 1,400, and closed sales are down just under 13%, just under it's 1,449 actual closed properties in the county. So the average selling price of the homes right now, and I'm reading my notes on the screen, that's why I'm not looking directly at the camera here, you guys. The average sales price right now is still up. It's interesting, even with the trends that we're seeing, there's still been some pretty incredible appreciation, 12.3% as compared with the previous 12-month period of time. So if you take the last 12 months, it's actually appreciated at 12.3%. Last year, we were looking at 318.8 on average. Today, 358 average selling price, and so even though we're trending and we're seeing price reductions, we're still seeing some appreciation overall. That could change with the trends that we're seeing as well as we build up more inventory. So to get back to what I was talking about before, why are we seeing inventory build at 4 months when we have been at such a low inventory level for so long? If the numbers really are what we say they are, well, new listings this November, in the county, we took 112 listings. That's residential listings only. 93 went pending, and 92 closed escrow. The average sales price of just that month, $335,900. And so if you look at that and you say, well, how does that compare with last year? This will help us to understand why the inventory levels are at 4 months instead of back where they were, in 2021. 2021, in November, we actually took 153 listings. So that's almost 27% fewer listings this November than the last November. So you would think, well, that inventory level should be lower then, right? Well, not necessarily, because pendings at 93, this November versus 143 last November. That's a 35% decrease. That's something you feel in the market. That is noticeable, measurable, and definitely something that it changes the dynamics of the market for sure. But even more importantly are the closed. What happened with the closed in November this year? 92 closed. Last November, 157 closed. That's a 41% decrease in closed listings in a single month. And so when you look at, even though there's fewer homes coming on the market, there's 26% fewer listings hitting the market, but 41% fewer closings. That throws that ratio kind of out of whack there. And so that kind of helps you to understand what's going on with that. Overall, year to date, new listings are down just under 9%. Pendings are down just about 18%. Closed sales are down just under 13%. So if you're thinking about entering the seller's market, man, it is so important for you to have a plan together, to work with a real estate professional that's been through some of the transitioning markets that we've had over the years, and to really know how to handle that, market your home and get it in front of the right buyers, because we're going into a different time here. And it's going to take a little bit more legwork. It's going to take a little bit more to get your house sold. So you better interview agents, ask the right questions, and know what you're doing. If you're a buyer and you're entering this market, it's getting more and more friendly for you. So it's really important for you to have your all your ducks in a row and have your steps lined out, and do as many of those steps as you can, such as talking with the lender, getting your pre-approval done, knowing what your budget is, knowing what you're comfortable with. Important, know how secure you are in your job situation, because you don't want to get into a mortgage and then have a layoff or something. You want to really make sure that all those things are secure and you're ready to go. And then you enter the buyer's market running. Be a little bit more scrutinous nowadays with what's on the market. You might be able to get a little bit more as far as credits, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Credits in the form of buyer's closing cost, or maybe some credits towards other prepaid items, appraisals or inspections or something. Sometimes sellers are willing to do that kind of stuff when the market transitions like this. Just important to know the trends, important to know where we're going with this market before you jump in as a buyer or a seller. Make sure you're working with the right person. So if you have questions about the market, kind of what it's doing, what buying or selling looks like to you in this market, and what it's going to really take, give me a call, shoot me a direct message. I'd be happy to talk with you about that. My contact information should be either above or below the video. I also put out a weekly update on Fridays. Today's month update actually came out on Friday as well, so you're going to see two of them. One covers the month, one covers the past 7 days, so you will see those two on all my social channels as well. That's the difference, is I just put those out every Friday for a week over week to keep you up to speed with what's going on in the market. So look forward to helping you. Give me a call if you have any questions. Always here to help. Have a great day.